So we now know this is something that we cannot detect with our five senses. We have to give it a name. We'll call it spirit. Because you can't use it, you can't measure it, you can't see it, you can't smell it. Yet we see evidence of it. The evidence is we see something moving. In Ghostbusters, I feel some cold here. Oh, I can feel the wind going through. There's no fan. It's the principle. We're picking out the principle. Movement. A basic truth, a law, an assumption, a principles of democracy, a rule of stand-up, especially a battle, a basic essential quality or element determining intrinsic nature of characteristics, behavior. That one works. That is a principle. This movement has a principle. We see it moving. See how we're building this up? This is your cornerstone. This is your embryo core. Now, we're going to go to, this implies that there's movement, so we ask the question, what do we know of that is moving? So we begin to think that our mind moves, because we can have all kinds of ideas floating through, even when we dream. Which our conscious mind is asleep, it ain't working. We can't pick our noses when we're sleeping. But the subconscious mind is there, and it's working out its own thing. So there's a mind, but it has two parts to it. Conscious and subjective consciousness. Biblical language is called Adam and Eve. Subjective is the female emotions. It can only be service to the male, which is the intellect. Intellect penetrates an idea into the female, the emotions, the feelings, and it produces an idea. Let's start jumping ahead. We'll go back up here now. So let's look up intellect. Mind and intellect. 938. I get a bigger kick working out of this than I do the damn religious ones. Intellect, the ability to learn and reason, a capacity for knowledge and understanding, ability to think abstractly, profoundly. Synonym, mind, a person of great intellectual ability. Well, that's intellect. Ability to learn, to reason. You see? Now, intelligence is a capacity to acquire and apply knowledge. Theologically, it means intelligent, incorporeal being, incorporeal, not physical. Intelligence is not physical. It cannot be detected by the five senses. You can see evidence of it, like when the doctor before they pronounce you dead in the hospital, they look in the eyeballs, see if they see any movement. But they still got the electronic machine nowadays. The old days used to take a mirror, see if there's any steam, breath. Or they listen to the heart. So I think that they thought the source of life was in the heart. If the heart stopped, they would bury you. But then the heart would pump again, and then you hear you were. So now they got electricity to make sure you're dead when the brain ain't moving. See, that's what's important to understand too. When you're in a hospital, it's a situation where somebody's in comatose for 20 years. Is there movement of thought? Not movement of body, but movement of thought. When does the sperm and the egg hit? Is that thought? Is that movement of five sense things? When does that embryo become a child? No one has really decided that, except politicians or religious leaders. You say, well, life is in the sperm. True, but is it just energy life, or is it thinking energy? Does the sperm think? No. It just moves. Sure. Does the egg think? It just presents itself. Flops off the side of the womb. The little pollywogs come along and only one can get in. Strongest, the safest. All the rest die off. They lose their tails. So you see, this is important when you get in a court case or you've got the family problem. You've got to deal. When is life? What is life? That's important to understand. I now look at life as my God, because I'm understanding what life is about. Life is moving. It's mental. Anybody can have their arms shut off, and there's plenty of those guys coming back. But their minds are functioning well. And their minds help them able to handle the wheelchairs, all the recovery jobs they need, mental anguish. They're still a human being. Arms and legs do not count for a human being. They're nice to have. They give you mobility to participate, but you don't need them. Being proved by any veterans hospital. Right? So we did intellect, yeah, okay, and then we're going to go to mind because they relate. 1148, they're interchangeable, they're AKA. 1148. So, where in the hell am I? Here. 11. All right, mind. The human consciousness, human being consciousness. Remember, always got to have human what? Being. Being what? A human being, because they're spiritual beings. Right? So you have to be careful when you use those words. Are you using them the full identification of what they mean? What you mean? Human being. So they just have human. See? Mind, noun, human consciousness. Is consciousness human? There's consciousness in an animal. There's consciousness in the rock we found out called atoms. Right? M equals C squared. Mind is thinking, it's movement. So is there mind? Yes. In the rocks, the flowers, the sunflowers, knows enough to follow the sun, to suck up the energy. It actually moves from morning to night. Sunflowers. What's those other things that grow in stalks on the highway and farms that get in Indiana? I can't think of that flower. They grow in stalks of wild ass. We used to make little valves off them. The faculty of thinking, mind. See, reasoning, knowledge. In Christian Science, they call it the deity regarded as the perfect, intelligent ruling over all of divine creation. It's interesting how much Christian Science, Mary Baker Eddy, the founder, has pushed, so she's in a dictionary. When you tell me these women don't want to mention Mary Baker Eddy, none of those other freedom fighters for women's rights are in dictionaries. But Mary Baker Eddy is. And don't we ignore her? They got all their other signs, all the other women? Ones that made brownies, hot, you know. They got a gold dollar after one of them, that pot maker. Right? Okay, intellect, 938. Consciousness. So they refer to it here as being human conscious, but there's consciousness because there's activity, there's intellect in everything. This plate has it. It's dormant, it's called being asleep, but it's there. These atoms are going in place, they're staying in place. They're not banging into each other. They're in place, frozen in time, so to speak. You see, but they're there. If I could get my molecules, the items in my body, my bones, to get the same ratio of speed that they have, I could go just like this, and the hand would go right through. They said Jesus, after he rose from the dead, he didn't get resuscitated. His body became spiritualized, and he could go through walls. And he did. All AKAs, interchangeable. Okay. It all depends if you're talking to scientists, General Motors, or you're talking to doctors, or you're talking to religious people. They're all AKAs. You're on safe footing using these terms. Someone says, "Well, you don't sound like a religious guy to me because you're using the word mind." You're the guest speaker dinner at the banquet for the psychiatrist movement. And you can use the right terms and get them to understand. Right. See what I'm saying? You can go to Mormons and talk about soul, understand, choose. Buddhists. Mind, intellect. The animating and vital principle in here again, they limit it to human beings. Now, my religious book, when we use soul, it says there's souls in vegetables, souls in atoms, souls in animals, and souls in intellect, humans. Intellect.